What's up, yo? Right, I'm here. I'm in one piece. Okay? I slept through Sunday. Did not do anything on Sunday. So, I'm here. I'm in one piece still. I caught up with a lot of sleep on Sunday. You know. So, I'm good. Didn't do anything that much on Sunday. It is now 2 o'clock in the morning. My time. I slept right the way through Sunday. I don't know, I just didn't feel that well, to be honest with you. That's why I stayed in bed all Sunday. I woke up Sunday morning and then I just didn't feel well, if I'm honest. So, hopefully, I might get a nap in a while and then get back to normal again. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I've just finished watching Fastlane. I want to shoot on this episode of the podcast, besides Fastlane. I want to shoot also on this episode of the podcast because WWE's booking, oh boy. I mean, anybody who does a podcast or whatever it is and whatnot, anybody who does a podcast knows that WWE's booking at times, not all the time, but mostly all the time, but WWE's booking is about as useless as fucking, as anything can happen, quite frankly. It is what it is at the end of the day. So I'll get to that issue later on. But I want to kick off with one match that pretty much wasn't a match. Let's be honest about this. Alexa Bliss, Randy Orton. Was that really a match? Would you sit there saying that was a match? Hell no. That wasn't a match. That was a setup. A setup for the Fiend to return. That's what that was. And he did. And I think he put the suit on that he burned in. Even though it wasn't the Fiend that burned, before anybody starts, you could see, go back and watch the pictures. It wasn't the Fiend, it was the dummy. But he wore the suit that got burned, pretty much, and came back. And he got Sister Abigail on, what's his face, Orton, and the rest is history, as they say. So, yeah, in my opinion, it wasn't a match, but we all knew what was going to happen, and now we go to, the Fiend and Orton at WrestleMania. Riddle versus Mustafa Ali for the US title. We all know Riddle was going to win that one. It was on the kickoff show. But Mustafa Ali got kicked to the curb. It was a great match between the two, don't get me wrong. But we all know Riddle was going to win that. I mean, what the hell has Mustafa Ali ever done? The only good thing he's ever done is shoot on Raw Talk. That's all he's done. And now, it seems that the rest of Retribution are sick of him, sick of him blaming them, and it's the end of Mustafa Ali as Retribution. Is it the end of Retribution? I hope not, if I'm honest, because this is Retribution's good chance now to get themselves a new leader. If they still want to be together, I don't know, but they should get themselves a new leader. Quite frankly, I think. Go out and find themselves a new leader. Or one of them should take over as leader. I would say that. One of them should take over as leader, to be honest. But yes, they've got rid of Mustafa Ali. Are they still going to be together? Probably. At least I hope so, but we'll see what happens on that one. Sasha Banks, Bianca Belair versus the Women's Tag Team Champions. Thank the Lord the Women's Tag Team Champions actually won this match, quite frankly. I know they're building up to Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair at WrestleMania. That's fine. And it's clear as day that Sasha's now sick and tired of Bianca with the slap at the end of the match. But I didn't want to see tag team champion versus tag team champion at WrestleMania. We've seen that. That's been watered down more than anything down the road. And even I'm sick of seeing that, and I'm sick of that happening. So thankfully that didn't happen at WrestleMania, at Fastlane, thankfully. So it was what it was, but thankfully that didn't happen. What was supposed to be Braun Strowman versus Shane McMahon turned into Braun Strowman versus Elias because Shane faked an injury in his little training session that he did. Of course. Oh, God. Anybody with a blind eye knows that this is going to be at WrestleMania. Anybody with a blind eye knows it's going to be Braun Strowman, Shane McMahon, WrestleMania. That's why they did it. Braun Strowman, Shane McMahon at WrestleMania, but obviously Strowman killed Elias. And it will be Shane McMahon and Braun Strowman at WrestleMania. And it's probably going to be a street fight. Yeah, Shane faked an injury, blah, 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 blah. Of course it was a fake injury. Are you kidding me? Fake injury. He steps aside. Elias jumps in. These two fight at WrestleMania. Simple as that, really. Alexa Bliss we've already done. Shinsuke Nakamura and Seth Rollins, pretty good match, but we all know it's just all build up. It's just all build up to WrestleMania because Shinsuke Nakamura is Cesaro's best friend or tag team partner or friend, whatever. There have been tag team partners in the past, and it's going to be Seth Rollins and Cesaro at WrestleMania, and Nakamura is just a guinea pig for that build-up. He is. He's just a guinea pig. And Rollins beats him, as we all knew he would. Probably the best match on the card, in my opinion, Drew McIntyre and Sheamus. It wasn't even a match, it was a fight. Just a straight-up fight. That's all it was. Absolute fight. These two nearly killed each other. McIntyre with the cool face paint of the Scottish flag and everything. I thought that was really cool. And Sheamus and McIntyre got the victory with the Claymore. And I'm amazed that he can still do the Claymore without the friggin' slap now. But fair play to him for doing it. But McIntyre wins and he's on now to WrestleMania to face Bobby Lashley. Big E and Apollo, I thought was a pretty good match. But the end ruined it for me. Because it got into an end of a controversial end. It looked like a controversial end. Because Apollo rolled him up, Big E countered it, and then he turned, and then it got loose to the point where he ended up, Big E, like if he was doing a perfect plex on him. But Big E managed to get the victory. That ain't over. I wouldn't be surprised if there's another match between them two at WrestleMania. I've heard rumours that it's going to be... a six-way for a ladder match at WrestleMania. That's what I've heard. But this feud ain't over. I say bomb the six-way ladder match if there is going to be a six-way ladder match. I said that these two have a good match at WrestleMania. You know, Apollo with his fake Nigerian accent and his heel character and everything like that. And which, to be honest with you, as far as his heel character goes, it's actually doing him the world of good. Because it gives him another character, another dimension. I mean, everybody knows Apollo Crews before WWE when he was under PCW. He was PCW champion for a while. Preston Championship Wrestling to you people. Now he's got a dimension now to him and what he brings to the table in WWE with this character. So, fair play to him for doing it. But Big E and Apollo Crews, this match ain't over. And Roman, thank the Lord Roman won this match, quite frankly. Roman versus Daniel Bryan for the Universal title. Daniel was close, and yes, Roman tapped out, but Edge lost it. And Edge hit Roman, he hit Daniel with the chair after Jey Uso sticking his nose in where it don't belong as usual. But, It is what it is. At the end of the day, it is what it is. But Roman getting the pick-fall victory after Edge hit Daniel and then hit Roman with the chair and everything and said it was man. And he rightfully so. I think they're just using this as build-up to... I mean, even though there was talks that Vince McMahon is seriously considering a triple threat match between these three. Yeah, Daniel Bryan... You know, I don't know. I don't know where Daniel Bryan would stand at this year's WrestleMania. What matches? I mean, he could have had a match with AJ Styles, but I'll get to why he is not. I'll get to why AJ Styles has been, in my opinion, misused at WrestleMania this year. But anyway, I'll get to that in a second. But Roman Edge, Roman wanted this match, whether we like it or not. Roman wanted this match. Edge wanted this match. Am I wrong in that? Edge wanted to face Roman. Roman even said it himself he wanted to face Edge. We're getting it. At WrestleMania, it's going to be Roman versus Edge. In my opinion, this is the most unneeded pay-per-view ever. Why they need 4 pay-per-views, 2 pay-per-views in the middle of WrestleMania is beyond me. You know, they could have Royal Rumble, then Elimination Chamber, and then after that just build all the way to WrestleMania. You know, that's what they could do. But apparently they need another pay-per-view to do that. It's pointless to me. You know, build all the way over to WrestleMania. You know, have a big, huge shows, go all the way to WrestleMania. Forget Fastlane. Or if you want, put Fastlane there instead of Elimination Chamber, whatever. But the whole thing makes no sense to me. Having Fastlane here, and this pay-per-view made no sense. It was predictable. It was unneeded. And it was a waste of time, quite frankly. Because we all know it was just build up to WrestleMania and just getting through to WrestleMania. We all know the matches. I mean, we all know Roman would win. We all know Big E would retain. How, I don't know, but we all know that. We all know Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair would win the tag titles. Riddle would keep his US title. Drew McIntyre would eventually beat Sheamus. That match probably should have been at Elimination Chamber for the title. Seth Rollins would beat Shinsuke Nakamura because it's going to be probably Nakamura, Rollins and Cesaro at WrestleMania. So, like I say, Nakamura was the guinea pig. Alexa Bliss, Randy Orton wasn't even a match. It was just a setup for The Fiend to return because there's going to be Fiend and Orton at WrestleMania. And Braun Strowman, Elias is basically building up to Braun Strowman, Shane McMahon at WrestleMania. So it is what it is. But all I've got to say, final rating on that is predictable. It is what it is. Now, I watched Raw a couple of weeks ago. I've been meaning to do this, but I'm going to do it now. I watched Raw a couple of weeks ago. Or was it last week? I don't know when it was. Last week or 2 weeks ago was one of them. AJ Styles is going to be at WrestleMania. But it's not going to be in a one-on-one match against somebody like even Triple H or whatever. He's wrestling for the World Tag Team titles, the Raw Tag Team belts against the New Day. Now, WWE is borderline ridiculous. I did not agree with New Day, or what's left in the New Day, winning the Raw Tag Team titles off the Hurt Business. What was the point in that? And what was the point of the Hurt Business even getting the belts to begin with? If that was going to happen. I mean, you could have had the Hurt Business defend the belts against Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston at WrestleMania for the title. I would have been happy with that. And then have them drop the titles there, if they were going to do that. But now, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods is walking around with the tag titles. The same Raw Tag Team titles that are like the SmackDown Tag Team titles, meaningless. Okay? I'm amazed that WWE still has a tag team division, quite frankly. And then after the match, AJ Styles comes out with his bodyguard and challenges Kofi and Xavier Woods to a tag team title match, Raw Tag Team title match, at WrestleMania, with AJ Styles and his partner, the Big Man. Why? I mean, look, it's good from a perspective for the big man, because at least he has somebody to carry him, because this is going to be his first match at WrestleMania. His first official match at WrestleMania, from what I've gathered. Okay? His first official match at Mania. This big monster that walks around with AJ and was a former bodyguard of the Underground stuff. Remember the Underground? As well. So it's good that he's getting that kind of... Because he's not ready for a one-on-one match by himself. Let's get that clear right now. Okay? He's not ready for a one-on-one match by himself. So it's good that he's got somebody to carry him in the match. I get it. But you could have had him wrestle with AJ against somebody else, if that was the case, if you wanted to do a tag match. This whole... I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. The Raw Tag Team Championship match does not make sense to me. And I don't like the fact that AJ Styles is in this match. I think he should have a one-on-one match with somebody. Who the heck that is, I don't know. Triple H. Because apparently he wants a match with Triple H, from what I've seen, as well. I mean, he could have had a match with Daniel Bryan. You know? I don't know. I don't know where this whole thing is going. But I don't see AJ Styles and his monster walking out with the tag titles. I just don't see it happening. I think this is, like I said, this is Big Man's first match. And in a positive way, it's good that he's got somebody there to carry him. Because, like I say, I don't think he's ready for a match yet. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. I don't know. Because all he is about power. About grabbing you and everything like that. And AJ will take the pinfall. Because everybody who's attacked this big man has seen what's happened. You know, Morrison attacked him with a chair once the chair literally broke over him. You know. So I don't see anywhere this is going. I think this is a pointless match at WrestleMania. And I think this might be the worst match on the card. I'm hoping I'm wrong. I mean, Kofi Kingston and AJ Styles and Kofi could have a bad match by themselves. Quite frankly. But they want to do a tag team match. And it's good that they're doing that way because, like I say, it's the big man's first match. But, really? I just don't understand it. I'm sorry. And I think AJ Styles is completely misunderused in this whole quartet. And I think he deserves better at Mania. But it is what it is at the end of the day. I think there's a better match for AJ Styles. They just couldn't find one. WWE, that is. So, I think that AJ as well, after WrestleMania, going into the next season, I think he should go for a championship, the world title again. Go for the Universal title, or the WWE title. You know, would it be time for him to break away from the big man? I don't know. I don't know about that. But he might get his wish at WrestleMania, because apparently he wishes Paul Heyman to be out of business at WrestleMania. And Roman's losing at WrestleMania. I don't care what anyone says. Roman is losing at Mania. So, it's going to be Roman and Edge at WrestleMania. Roman and Edge at WrestleMania, and Edge will be your Universal Champion at WrestleMania. Will Roman get it back? Who knows? Who knows? Who cares? But that's what I think. And at the end of the day, the bottom line is the final rating for Fastlane, pointless. Absolutely pointless. But it is what it is, guys. Hope you guys have enjoyed this little podcast. I'm trying to bring back the podcast full time, but it's not easy. At the moment, right now, it's part time. But because I've been enjoying doing the things that I've other done as well. But I'm trying to bring it back. And thank you for the last podcast that I did as well on Facebook. It got nearly 1,000 views as well, and great reactions as well. And I appreciate that. Because that tells me that as far as this podcast goes, I still got some juice. I think YouTube's dead at the moment, but it is what it is. But at least I've still got some juice in that respect. It's got nearly close to nearly 1,000 views in 2 weeks. So, guys, thank you. Thank you. So, with that being said, guys, take it easy. Enjoy the rest of your day, week, whatever it is you're going to be doing. And I'll catch you next time. Stay safe. Peace out.